Hey Thomas.
Hey Sven.
Hi guys, and welcome to Kickstarter update number 41. Today's schedule is going to be very packed. We're getting ready for release on September 14th, and there's still a ton of stuff that we haven't shown you. Hi Charlene.
Hey Sven.
What you doing?
I'm playing a little bit of Original Sin 2 using my controller.
Just casually like that in our improvised couch over here?
Super casual.
Just to show it off. So, officially confirmed, Divinity Original Sin 2 will be shipping on PC with controller support. And that's not all, because, hi Stijn.
Hi Sven.
What you doing?
I'm joining Charlene in a game of Divinity Original Sin 2 with my controller in split screen.
Just like that, casually like that. Okay, who's that?
Hi, I'm Michel.
Michel, what are you doing?
I'm gonna join them for an adventure of Original Sin 2 with my controller.
Okay, so Michel is playing on a different PC. They're playing together, so they might be on one side of the world, Michel on the other side of the world. And I might be joining Michel, and I could say like, hey Michel, or hi, I'm Sven, and I'm joining for a game of Divinity Original Sin 2 with controller in split screen on the second PC. So we're playing 4 of us together now, and we're off on an amazing adventure. And this is freaking awesome. Okay. And that's not all. We have much more. Okay, so thank you guys. And we're off, Thomas. We're off. There's Gigi. Come on, Thomas. So one of the cool things that we announced during our Kickstarter campaign was the art of skill crafting. But we haven't shown you any of it yet, and so you may be wondering if it's actually going to make it in the game. But of course, it's going to make it, because I'm standing here with the man who knows everything about skill crafting, and that is Nick. Yep. And he's going to explain to us how does skill crafting work.
So to create a new book through skill crafting, you need to combine 2 books.
Okay.
And one of them has to be an elemental book, and the other one a non-elemental book.
So that's like, for instance, if I would take a water skill and I combine it with a necromancy skill, that would give me a new type of skill.
Yeah, that will give you blood rain actually.
Ah, okay, that's pretty cool. And so, what happens if I change my water skill? If I change it, for instance, for fire and necromancy, what am I going to get then?
Fire and necromancy gives you corpse explosion or cool.
And I know, obviously, because I've been slightly involved in this game, that there are stronger versions of these spells also that you can craft. So we have this thing called source skills. They're very powerful skills. So what happens if you take a source skill and you combine it with a other school?
So the skill that you get is also a source skill, and in case of water and necromancy, you get bloodstorm. So it's a lot stronger spell, and in case of necromancy and fire, if one of them is source, you're gonna get mass corpse explosion.
That's awesome. Thank you,
a lot
Nick.
of explosions.
So there's plenty of crafted skills, I guess, to be discovered, and we're not going to tell all of them to you, but definitely once you've tried and play Original Sin 2, come release date, try to combine 2 skill books, and you might be surprised at all the awesome power that is going to be in your hands. But that's not all. We have a other thing that we introduced with crafting, and for that I'm going to jump to David. But where is he? Okay, check this out, Thomas. Summoning school, stretch goal, Kickstarter thing. All right, here we go. You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
You summoned me?
Indeed I did, David. How's it going, man?
Why am I wearing a hat?
You are doing field research.
Oh yeah, I was researching the noble hat actually.
What does it do?
I don't know, but I start talking like this for all of a sudden.
The noble hat gives you tag noble, so you can talk like a noble in the game. But anyway, that's not why I'm here, because I'm here to talk about rune crafting, and you are the man who knows everything about
Rune crafting.
What is it?
Matter of fact, well, you will find runes in the game that improve your equipment, like your weapons and your gear.
So you get slots in your gear in which you can plug in the runes?
Yep.
Okay. How do you get the runes?
You find them in the game, or they're a big reward, or you can craft them yourself.
Okay, how do you do that?
Well, for instance, if you have anything made out of wood, like a cutting board or a wooden block, you add oil to it, and then the magical ingredient pixie dust, that's how you make a fire rune.
And is there something like, because are there different gradations of runes in the game?
Yeah, so at first you start finding small runes and they give only small boosts, and then it turns into medium runes and large runes.
Okay, so if I get a large rune, I can like have a massive boost to my weapon or to my piece of equipment.
Yep.
And can you combine the runes like in other games?
Yeah, so if you have 2 small runes of the same type, you can combine those into mediums.
Okay, that's awesome. Great. Okay, so that's rune crafting. So that's another one of those little things that we didn't tell you, but that make a very big difference in the item fever of the game, especially in the later stages of the game. And I can't talk like a noble, David. Anyway, I am on a schedule. I need to go. All right. Bye. So, Nick mentioned that we have something called source skills. They're incredibly powerful skills with which you can create an enormous amount of mayhem on the battlefield. And a question we often get when it comes to source skills is, what exactly is source? Because this game is about sorcerers. And to answer that, we are here with Jan and Charlene, both in our writing team, and they will be able to tell you everything about source. Alright guys, go ahead. What is source?
Well, source is the language of all creation.
Indeed. So it's basically the building blocks of the universe.
Yeah. The birthright of the God Welcome.
Exactly. And it's basically the power manifested by the architect.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So, what can you do with it? What can you do with this source?
Well, if you're a sorcerer, like we are, you can see spirits, and you're able to talk to the spirits, and you can find out, how they died. Maybe they have something to offer you, and maybe you can have something to offer them.
Okay. So, and is there anything else you can do with the spirits?
Yes, you can. You can take all of their power. A very GG move. So yeah, do you want to tell them about source vampirism, GG?
Sure, surely. So the thing is that these spirits are manifestations of source. These souls are manifestations of source, and you can source vampirize them, which basically means that you absorb all their powers, but it also means that you cast them into oblivion. So it's actually a nasty thing to do, a very evil thing to do. But it's the best way, actually the fastest way to get source in the game.
I don't think it's the best way. I mean, we can argue about that, but it certainly is a very fast way. So, but are there other ways in which you can actually acquire source?
You can be a good boy and you can go to source surfaces, or there are items of power that you can acquire from which you can absorb them. Source orbs, exactly. So it's definitely possible. You can be the good guy.
But it's like a scarce resource, and you need to acquire it before you can actually cast all these awesome spells. All right, thank you guys. So that's what the source is. You know about spirit vision. You know about source vampirism. There's more that you can do with source, but we'll let you find that out when you get to play the game. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we need to go upwards. Let's go, Thomas. So one of the other things that we did is we gave our NPCs in the game a new way of dying. And one of the guys had a big hand in this, is Thierry over here. So why don't you explain what we did, Thierry?
Well, we give everything a really big upgrade on how it looked in the early access. So you're going to see that death has really now a very rewarding effect. And new animations, of course.
Okay, and you guys introduced ragdolls to the system. This is something we didn't have in the past, right?
Yes, we did. So now animation is only done for the first 10-15 frames, and then the system takes over, so it can collide with environment, with everything that has physics.
Okay, cool. And so what did you do, guys? Because there's many ways that you can die in Original Sin 2.
Yeah.
So you can be put on fire, you can be frozen, you can shatter, you can be electrified, etc. So what did you guys do with that?
Well, it still uses the ragdoll system, so we wanted to take advantage of that. But we added like cool effects and shaders on top of that. So now instead of having the ash piles that we used to have, now you have actually corpses that are burned and electrified or dissolved by acid.
Okay, so that's going to connect very well with the elemental skills.
It is.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now, we need to do one thing, Thierry, because there's another man who had a big hand in the ragdoll system, and he's over there, Thomas. So can you quickly go and film him? Show Ricardo. There. Say hi, Ricardo, to the camera. So, there you go. So Ricardo's in our Quebec office, and he wanted to watch what we were doing over here. So he had a very big hand in setting up the ragdoll system, which is absolutely awesome when you play the game. While we're here also, you might have noticed that there's been changes in the office. We are now on the top floor. It's been completely refurbished. We're still setting some things up. And here you can see what happens when you give artists a fantastic view over Ghent, the beautiful city in which our Lion Studios Ghent office is. This is what they do. See, Thomas? This is what they do. Can you imagine this? It literally makes me sick. And you know what they want to do? They want to put a curtain over it, right? They want to make it all black. They want to make it all black, man. Anyway, so I think that's going to be it for today. We have much more still to show, and that's going to be in the next Kickstarter update. There's no patch being released today. The reason for that is just that we are trying to finish the game. and so we need our time. And making a patch takes time, and we would prefer to finish the game, get it to you on September 14th, rather than to have to announce to you that we're going to be late. So you're going to have a little bit of patience with us for the next big update, because I think the next big update is actually going to be the release of the game. That said, we have a couple of service announcements to make. We're looking for volunteers to help us with PAX West. So if you want to be one of these awesome people that gets all kinds of cool stuff, gets to interact with us, and gets to explain the game to the rest of the world and why they have to play Divinity Original Sin 2, be sure to check out our Kickstarter page. All the details will be on it. And I think that... am I forgetting something, Thomas? I don't think so. I did really well this time. All right, so that's it for me. I'll see you shortly. And in the next Kickstarter update, you guys are going to see our collector's edition. You're going to see the hoodies. You're going to see the t-shirts. All of the cool stuff that we promise as merchandise for you is going to be presented to you in the next Kickstarter update. And there may be some words about the undead, the things that you haven't seen yet. Okay, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. See you soon.